What's up, friends? We are here. It is time for some FACEIT League. It is time for your EMEA Expert lower bracket finals. We've got a banger of a match lined up for you. It's your second seed versus your third seed. Your first seed is waiting in the grand finals. They also appear to have a new logo and have changed their name. Well, they haven't changed their name, but they've changed it to like TFW. That is who awaits our two teams today in the grand finals as we take a look at the bracket. Upper bracket finals was a 3-0 for F-Word over Emptiness, sending him down here into this LBF. Super Sal coming off of that 3-2 over Fog Esports. A very, very close match. I mean, we saw Fog Esports really just kind of took it to Lunar and Super Sal there. I mean, kind of surprisingly. And, you know, afterwards we talked to Lunar and Horrocks. And you know, Lunar, I was asking Lunar about it. I was like, no, I don't know what was happening. I don't know, like my RAM was just not there. I don't know what was going on. I felt like they didn't have their best game ever in that lower bracket semis. And then also in that same conversation, knew that they were going to have to turn it up, knew that they were going to have to play better than they did there on Saturday if they want to take down Emptiness, right? This is going to be a very difficult opponent. You know, Emptiness is a squad that, you know, essentially played in Master Division for Season 4. Zatan's also on this roster. Okay, so this is a little bit more consistent than I was initially thinking. Was it Verret and Santi have joined? You had previously played with Zatan, right? Didn't have the greatest showing, and I believe it ended up dropping out. Or I don't know if they had roster problems or something ended up happening with Thunders their Season 4. But ended up an expert for Season 5. And, I mean, Weld have dominated. Have absolutely dominated. Their only loss being to F-Word way back at the beginning of June. And, I mean, that's the only team to beat them all season long, including, you know, regular season and postseason. I mean, including also a head-to-head against Super Sal. We did get the head-to-head between these two, and it was a 3-0. So we're looking at Busan. Circuit going to extras, but Super Sal getting stopped on Streets phase of King's Row there in that map 3. Talking about Super Sal a little bit, their losses were not only to Emptiness, but also to F-Word and then Moss as well, landing them at 13-3. Still good enough for a third place finish overall. You know, pretty clean third place finish, right? It's not like a tiebreaker type of scenario. Coming into postseason, I believe Shoal can't play. Shoal is in Korea, if I understand correctly. Is not going to be available to play here for the remainder of playoffs. So we did have Tricky coming in and subbing in against the in that lower bracket semifinals against Fog Esports. Looked fantastic. Nev says Super Sal winning today gave Fudgy a handshake. Fair enough. Okay. We'll see if that's the difference maker, Nevs. Super Sal did get first map hero ban, importantly enough. So we got a Diva ban coming in from Super Sal. We do need to get a side swap here. Emptiness will start us off on those red outlines. As we head to the fundamental, everything is Oasis. Winner of this match is guaranteed a spot in Master Division. So all top two do not have to fight it out in promotion relegation. Both of these teams, no, Fog Esports even. And whoever loses this match will have an opportunity still to make it into Master Division. They just will have to play in the Expert to Master promotion relegation matches. Everybody's in. We're good. We're good. We do get Killa in the lobby. Shoal is in VC. Oh, awesome. All right, let's get into it. Show the lower bracket finals. Okay, Lunar immediately goes into the Ramatra. I remember this was I mean, just a very specific point that I was asking about was the Ram. So Ops are coming in on it here. After admittedly lackluster performance on Saturday against Fog Esports. And going up against the Orisa, it's the constant cycle of their match is so important. Now, this high ground position can be tough. This is trying to set Tricky up, who is on the Soj. Both hit skins playing Soj. We do have the cast band out. Probably we'll see Freya once if we get to City Center. But all right, everybody giving a lot of space, a lot of respect to Zero. Now that alone is going to give first cap over. Well, Lunar's going to try to come in and step back in, but a lot of space given up, and Lunar's trying to buy it back, walking out into the open here. Immortality feels as the squeeze kind of presses in from the other side. Killer coming in on the flank, but there goes NRG and Tricky up to try to contest. Meanwhile, Santi is able to push forward to pick up Envy. And it all started with just Zero buying so much space on this flank, kind of coming through the library section. And Super Sal kind of almost giving a little too much respect, I think, over there. And just gave up too much point presence. Tricky was not able to get anything done from the high ground, which is the real strength there. We do get Lunar swapping to match Theory, so. Ackerman comes through with the dad joke. All right, I'll try to get you between rounds. We have a 20% beat advantage. Horrocks ready to go with the sound barrier. You're trying to get aggressive. You see Lunar was all pushing in as they try to claim this right side. The beat will come down and try to fend off this Kitsune rush, but the rush is going to outlast. Now Verrett's going to throw in their own sound barrier. Combo with the Terra Surge. It's a swift fight win. Horrocks had the only ultimate 3-to-1 macro favoring Emptiness heavily. And they spend heavy. Storms, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Zero looping around the back. Had once again trying to go into this. Pick up that wide flank. Just create so much space that way. Killer's been sitting on that same angle. He's already grabbed Horrocks with the SOC. That's going to fade. You end up with a bit of a Emptiness sandwich over there. They are able to disengage. Kitsune Rush tried to intercept, but Lunar got stuck out in the middle. Ends up getting pounced on. Trekky's able to pick up one. Wade from NRG looking to swing his back. Is able to get Verret. Tricky picks up a second with that overclock, and Super Sal managed to get a slight foothold here. They still have Santi alive and well. Zero was for a moment, but Envy with 1 health was able to find that kill before getting popped. So a big spin from Scared of Women in that fight. Kitsune Rush, Blade, OC, all used in that. Santi coming up on their second Terror Surge of the fight. He's going to catch up with Lunar here. Well, as far as 2-to-1 Terror Surges after the Ramatra swap out of Lunar. That was a big spear. Running in kind of solo, but there's Killa there to back it up. Had an angle, like kind of snuck in on this right side. Found a beautiful angle. Make good on that Terror Surge. We've got the flip. Yellow bar of OT going. High anxiety. Well, forces Lunar out into the middle. High anxiety moment. We gotta make a move. There's the boat. Horrocks got a touch, but we're not gonna get much more. It's gonna be 138 here for Emptiness. Kick us off on University. Did you hear about the wig thief? Escaped from prison. Yeah, police are combing the area to try to find him. There you go. That one was for you, Ackerman. Let's get into round 2. Unlucky me, thank you so much for the raid. Hey, that is not what I wanted. That is, whoa. Close that, thank you. Sorry. activated like Discord overlay, then a Steam overlay popped up. I was like, whoa, I was just trying to hit tab. What on earth happened? Oh, we get the spear killer combo once again. Once again, it's pointed at Horrix's direction. It was an early high ground advantage. Killer making good on that fight. It's 2 more in this fight. And a swift first cap to Emptiness. NRG trying to open up some space here through hallway. I was doing a little scouting as well. It's gonna go all the way back around and underneath. Meanwhile, Lunar just pushing right up Main Street. While this fight's happening, Zero managed to sneak in, get both supports out from underneath. And that's just gonna start the dominoes of falling. NRG is able to get one on point, but has to just scamper away. So far, Zero and Killos even have fairly spectaculars opening here on Oasis. Once again, Lunar trying to push through main. This is such a tough spot to push through. Especially with Killos just having such an outstanding round. There's the dash in. Zero immediately finds Horrix with that. Is able to fall back, just gets the Mega. NRG tried to pursue. Ilios and Santi have been able to come up with 2 apiece while this is happening. Ilios going to grab that final kill on the NRG, and Emptiness so far are looking indomitable here on Oasis. It was a 2-0 previously on Busan, on track to repeat that here in your lower bracket final. On Busan previously, first time these two met. Kill up front, NRG with the touch. Will draw Zero back. But when NRG needs to either land a pulse on a Zero, try to win that fight, force more people back. Sound barrier now in play. Varret will go all the way back to the point before popping theirs, where Zero's going to try to counter with the blade. Terra Surge did bring them in. But look like Zero's able to get up and out. Santi and company kind of intercept the rotation. So it was not a clean rotation to the point there, but somehow still Supercell have made this competitive. Lunar's able to get one, fight their way back into it, but the gold RDUs are easy pickings there for Santi at the end of the fight. Enemy was still making their way back, not enough sustain to keep this going. It's just NRG, I think, trying to keep this alive. They're going to have to give over the cap, it looks like. NRG blinking back in, gets popped. Killa just sitting opposite side. Oh, and everybody's just body blocked off. A big boop from Varret denies that 4v5 engage. Emptiness will take your opening round. Your opening map, excuse me. Dominant performance on our ways. Let's give them the 1-0 lead. Here to kick things off. And one step closer to Master Division. Yeah, what an opener. What an opener. It is going to be Circuit here picked from Supercell. This is the same map they picked previously. And a Juno band, where they are also going to swap over into the red outlines. This was the closest map between these two teams when they fought in the regular season. But was still an Emptiness victory, though it did go into extra innings. Now, the scoreboard doesn't look as close as the 4-3 scoreline, you know, going into extras. Let's take over some stats there from map 1. Pretty dominant, I'd imagine. Killa, not quite. I was thinking Killa would have most damage. Does have most damage of the DPS players by a pretty good margin. But it is Santi who ends up taking gold damage overall in the lobby, 25 and 2. Zero with most elims, fewest deaths, 27 and 1. So I mean, yeah, Zero. That everybody from Emptiness really firing on all cylinders. I mean, you're seeing Varret and Ilios able to get in the mix, both contributing to 14 elims, both with 20 plus assists. So I mean, really getting in the thick things, staying alive a lot. Oh, Maddie says I am destitute. Oh. Easy come, easy go. You'll get them back. You'll get them back. Yeah, that was a massive bet there. A huge pot there for map 1. Like you say, we don't get those around here very often. I have a feeling it's gonna complete, like, now everybody's broke. Not Supercell. Not Kari. It's not the team. It's not the team that made Clash of Clans and Clash Royale. Great games, but no. Supercell. Supercell. S-O-W. S-O-W. Any subs? We do have Cynic coming in for Verit. Grathia Thumperthel. That one hurt. That one just hurt to say. All right, let's get into Circuit. Thank you, Copper African Music. It's time for Map 2. We have Supercell. Supercell. Going on the attack. Scared of women. All right, that's what happens when you make your team name like 4 syllables. All right. In the moment, I'm going to find an acronym. I kid. We are actually getting... and I probably should have expected this from this squad. But we are actually going to see the Sigma come out here. Cynic we are going to get some double flex as well. Cynic does pull off the Ayari. I was just doing some editing this morning, one of which was the patch where Ayari got that range buff. And I'd not forgotten about it. I was like, oh yeah, no, that's the same patch where Life Weaver got a bit of a buff too. And we've seen a lot more of both of them since that. That was in week 3 of this season 5 is when that patch came through. We do get the more brawly look, the Mei and the Orisa. Right now, looking to take good corner. Good wall, good pressure. Look, did that look like that jab just disintegrated? What happened? Did that jab not connect? That was really strange. Now that one hit the grasp. Oh, Killa ends up stuck over at statue. Does not make the rotation back. Gets isolated. A little bit of an awkward ant matrix there, but it should be enough. They get pressure in the corner. Now Zoo gets impaled. And Supercell will pick up point A. I'm just going to over-enunciate it now every time. Back on the front line. Wall will take down Santi. And we're already pushing into Hotel. Yeah. Shoals in Korea. Carla, ooh, thank you for the follow. Envy, like, seriously threatening to lap on this ant matrix right now. Although Nelly is going to get this one online. Ooh, the Flux just completely whiffs. Maybe go for an NRG and Killa gets the kill right before Santi is, hits the button. That's entirely possible, but didn't get anybody either way. Lunar will trade for 0. That's going to favor the defense all day, every day. And that ant matrix from Ilios is in play at the top of this hill. So defense holds, gets their first fight win of Circuit. But a much-needed good start there for SuperScaredofWomen. They're going to have some wind in the sails. Not to mention, ult advantage coming into this next fight. Double support ult and Blizzard. But gotta respect it. You got some powerful ult, basically 2 DPS ults in the Captive Sun and the Overclock. With this high ground position, this could be nasty. A risky cross, and NRG does not make it across the street. So Horrocks is going to invest in the DPS ult of their own. Got one sunspot in the corner, but can't find the finish. Blizzard not being in this fight, really not ideal here for Supercell as they're trying to push up this hill. Tricky is able to get a kill on Aquila. Sunspot lands, but it looked like NRG is able to ice block away Unclear if the cryo freeze was used. No, just use the wall. Did not use cryo freeze. So still has that. Still able to push forward with that. Not much to fend off this blizzard. Grasp, yeah, not even close. Well placed from NRG. Make sure it's far enough away from the Sigma. No chance to get it eaten. And that's going to be 2 points on the board. Able to hold on to Tricky's ultimate. And Tricky starting to find their rhythm here in map 2. This is a lot more of the trickery that we saw against Fog Esports on Saturday. You know, it was a bit quiet there in map 1. Has woken up a bit. So far, so good here at Circuit. Oh, Zero getting kidnapped by Lunar. Envy drops the Ant Matrix up top. Oh, kill shots to go point blank. Tricky gets 2 with the overclock. Make it 3. Sand Team pushing away far forward, just looking for a trade. 4 for Tricky. All during the OC as well. Well, mostly during the OC. Huge play. You get both of the available ults invested there from SuperScaredofWomen. Santi trying to go to the high ground. I mean, there's a welcome party up here. Zero, well, has a little present for him. A little goodie bag. Thwarted by the Terror Surge. Just settles on a kill to the lamp. Good wall. Puts Santi in a weird spot, but the lamp is able to save them. Over the top, we're going to get a Horrocks Captive Sun. Just the BAP available. Might be able to get this. Gets one shot. I'll kick it the second shot in. Oh, does actually. The explosion will get them. It wasn't actually Horrocks who got the shot. They got forced out by Zero. Envy with some good cover. Man, SuperScaredofWomen kind of hang on. Dance the dance beautifully and stay in the lead. Double entendre. Winner drops the warm-up map done in chat. Kind of see that, particularly from Tricky. Maybe that's just where it's the most obvious. Then Rigo's deathless in the back line. Horrocks and Lunar with only 1 death apiece. I'm about to decide I'm going to go get a stream deck today. I almost got one over the weekend, and I'm mad I didn't. They were on sale over the weekend, and I didn't realize that sale was ending today, and I'm mad at myself that I missed it. I'm so mad at myself that I missed it. But I think I'm going to go get one. It will improve production so much. No more random screenshots or hitting the escape key trying to hit F1. So we are getting double flex support from both teams. Surprisingly, I did not think, like, I started like, I don't think Supercell's going to play double flex support. I don't know if Horrocks is going to do that. Sure enough. Been sticking with it here on the defense. Now, I think, I'm curious of the Sigma in this. Because with the Yari BAP, like, it's still kind of brawly, kind of pokey. But the Sig wants to play distance to this Orisa. I say that. I mean, Santi getting hyper-aggressive. Right in Lunar's face. Lands the rock. NRG kind of getting forced out from that right-hand side, but it's actually Zero who gets caught. That's Envy with the early Ant Matrix. Zero making our way back in this fight. Start to see Emptiness slowly come around this corner. Killer got a full railgun shot. Was hoping to catch either Tricky or Horrocks there on that side. Oh, Ant Matrix just a touch late for that railgun. That could have been an insta-kill. Finds Tricky with the OC. And a very aggressive, wide swing here from Killa. We did get the Captain Center response from Horrocks. Beautiful headshot. Will eliminate Killa and that ultimate. Santi does get one with this Gravitic Flux. Cynic toss and the Captain Sun right on top of him. Combo, both combining, take NRG down 98% towards that Blizzard. Exactly where the focus of that needed to go. A worthy investment of the Wombo combo. Some good cleanup, point on the board. By the way, we ended up dead even in point prediction here for this map. You know, NRG with this Blizzard. It's the terrorists are starting originally from Lunar. You know, potentially trying to combo, but didn't get enough with it. Now, I mean, NRG is just going so far forward. Gets the cryo freeze force. Here comes the rest of the team. Lunar drops down, is just going to pursue this. So good cycling of the ultimates between the Mei and the Orisa. Zero gets caught in that little strafe. Now the wall up. Santi could be in trouble. Gets broken out from behind. They had the grasp to kind of help mitigate some of that damage. Yep. Watch for Zero to hit him for the high ground with this blade. Horrocks has gone over to a Lucio now, cutting a little bit more in the comfort zone, playing back around that corner. You see a rotation there. The bat moved all the way back. Lamp on to Tricky with the OC in play. Able to isolate Killer's just trying to sneak out of the Blizzard. It's a good Blizzard, basically good DPS duo. Good combo from their ultimates. Poor Killa was just frozen there with a tiptoe in the Blizzard. Nice shot. That one was spot on. That was the combo they tried to do earlier. Lunar able to fortify out of the Gravitic Flux, but lands out in the open in front of the Ant Matrix. Now Killa's just going to run on to the point. Gets themselves a 3-piece when it's all said and done. Actually, 4-piece, excuse me, when it's all said and done. That opening shot, that was perfect. That was the frame-perfect combo of drop the Ant Matrix right as the railgun goes off. Insta-chip. It's gonna be Captain Sun and an overclock into a sound barrier Ant Matrix out of the defensive Super South. Lunar is able to pick up one, kind of just bunkering back behind the tent, and then emerges out and captures Santi as well. Again, always risky for that, the Sigma to try to push that aggressive. This time it gets punished. The rest of the team not able to really join. Zero has gone to a Freya to try to approach this hill after the previous blade. All right, now changes their mind once again. Give me a Symmetra instead. Oh, NRG fighting Cynic early. As they had moved into a Lucio carry look to try to escort this new comp up. We even had Santi go over to an Orisa as well. I mean, wholesale swaps, but never really got on the same page there with the teleport play. You got two players for Emptiness stuck down in the stairwell. Zero will not make it out, and that's an important pick. It's Tricky is able to stagger with right at the 60-second mark. Tricky having a hell of a map. Blizzard, Deadeye ready to go. Ant Matrix not far behind. You can pull everybody into the Blizzard with the Terror Surge. A lot of options here for the defensive Super Scared of Women. And they have time on their side to boot. That's going to be the teleport from Zero. Gets all the way to the opposite high ground. Okay. Playing slow, just going to favor Super Scared of Women, but Emptiness have no choice. They don't really have anything to work with. They have to wait until this Kitsune Rush is built up. But they're inching closer. This just allows for Super Sal to set up for these massive ultimates. Tricky fights Ilios just before they get the Consuming Rush, just after, excuse me. Consuming Rush is in play, but you're running into double damage. All the ults in the world available. There's snowballs thrown into the sky, celebratory. Super Scared of Women will tie us up here with a win on Circuit Royale. Take their first map off of Emptiness this season. That was a pretty four-piece. That was a pretty four-piece. Tricky coming alive. Can't wait to see the stats. I'm guessing Tricky's... Does Tricky have most damage? I think Tricky's got most damage in the lobby. That would be my guess after that map. New Junk City pick here from Emptiness. We're in new territory. As far as this map was... We did not play Flashpoint at all. We played Hybrid previously. In the regular season, in the matchup between these two squads. Venture banned out as we head into New Junk. As we head into not Saravasa. I'm still just thinking about the Cobra Commander skin. It's still lingering, like it's tugging and pulling in the back of my mind. Tricky doesn't even have most damage of the DPS. Kella and Zero were still able to put out a boatload of damage. Santi actually with gold damage in the lobby, starting on that Sigma, does eventually try to match the Orisa, and it was just too little too late. We saw Emptiness make several swaps there on Circuit, try to make it up to that point B. Oh yeah, Hari with the two biddies. Hari with the two biddies. Hey, it's appreciated. Any form of skunking is appreciated. All variations of skunking it are acceptable. And I'm very grateful. All variations. Oh, that reminds me, I need to get 7 TV emotes after. I want to see the boss skunk. Lunar is the typer. Is the typer type? Meh? Meh? Woke up. Absolutely woke up with that one. Orisa ban here from Scared of Women. Interesting. Interesting ban. We had the Ramatra ban from Emptiness in the previous map. And, I mean, frankly, Scared of Women looking good in the Orisa. I don't want to play it. Hey, and Santi's actually not in streamer mode. Let's get it in GC. And JC just doesn't really roll off the tongue all that well, does it? We need more typers. I feel honored that I got to cast probably the most typey game of all time, and that was the Toilet Bowl 2. That was some typing. It was an honor that I got to be there for that. There's Nevs. That's the Nevs H200. Yeah, I said turn off the icons. What? Santi in lobby? You said Santi and now you're back on. Okay, anyway. We do get the RAM error. And again, we saw the Ramatra out of Lunar in map 1. It was pretty dominant performance. What an opener there from Horrocks. Horrocks sneaks in to get a pick. Now they have to back away. Who'd they lose? Oh, they had lost Envy. I'd missed the pick onto Envy. My bad. Yep, y'all can thank on 2 for that emote. In the magic of color correction. First cap has gone to Emptiness. And the Ram, it's going to be so difficult to dislodge. I think it's really going to be one good shot at this. Just realistically, the amount of time it's going to take to work through the Ram cooldowns. That's particularly if Santee is able to build up. Does not. Beautiful Ant Matrix to deny Santee the Annihilation. If they were going to get that all alive, could have really drawn this out forever. Killa's able to strike back and fight too. Now has an OC in play. Leaps back, has to deal with the lamp. This gives time for Envy to rotate to point. Able to stay alive. And the end of this broken fight was indeed kind of one try. But Super Scared of Women play it very judiciously and methodically. Now Santee has returned. We're going to get a very quick re-engage and with Kitsune Rush. Oh! And Annihilation to boot, but you're not going to have Zero. You're not going to have a Photon Barrier. You're not going to have any of those ultimates. Never mind. Tricky's not going to allow it. All right, so a moment for Supercell to catch their breath. They do still have those same enormous amount of ultimates to worry about. Now Ilios is going to very promptly throw in a Kitsune Rush, try to ambush here, try to catch Supercell flat-footed, but they were very aware. Eyes in the back of their head. Now, with the Annihilation in play, there has been a little bit of a swing after both Summoners fade, though. Lunar's able to find a kill on to Verret. Santee just kind of alone on the point, from what I can tell, and just gets swarmed. Despite going 95-0 to start, Super Scared of Women will take our opening flashpoint. Where are we headed?
Next flashpoint, the ducks.
Good, didn't like that approach. I can see why. Emptiness ended with a 2-3 split, but way too split. So I end up going to teleport over, regroup with the rest of the team. We're back into a 5v5 kind of setup. Ant Matrix now pointed at the entirety of the Emptiness ranks. Lunar just going to slowly force them back. Oh, let's see, who got the touch? Verret got touched. It was Killa that got touch. Now everybody drop it down. Annihilation comes in. Oh, could be dangerous. Lunar's able to catch Killa with it. Santee holding on. Some good heals. I don't know where Nelly was positioned. They're in a great spot. Able to get a good... well, it was originally. Saved Santee for a while, but Supercell stay relentless on it. Eventually wrestle down the tank. I was amazed that they were able to survive the initial onslaught. Eventually, first cap does go to Scared of Women. Kitsune Rush and OC not far behind, but Tricky, you can just zone it all to get the Deadeye immediately. As soon as the rush comes out, nobody really able to use it. You've got Santee that push forward with their Nemesis, but here comes the drop-down chase. Knowing that Santee had used all of their cooldowns, Immortality Field uses Lunar is trying to pursue, but Killa stayed up on the high ground with this OC. Is able to cut the knees off the composition by taking Envy out. With the BAP gone, it could have been rough going here, but a swift finish to the fight from Super Scared of Women. They do not let that draw out and that lack of sustain become a problem. we're going right next door. What a good spawn for Scared of Women. They're able to just back in here. One of the most difficult points to take once the defense is entrenched. %10 sound barrier advantage for Horrocks as well. We'll see if Scared of Women want to try to get aggressive with that. Okay, not gonna risk it. Playing it safe. Good Vortex. Got some initial damage on to kill. They're kind of sliding out in the open. NRG sweeping in. Try to play off this important flank. You get pushed off. Now Ant Matrix up foot. Try to complete the sandwich. Oh, ends up just needing to kind of heal everybody up and back away. The Ant Matrix does not put out enough damage. Not able to find the kills. It's just a disengage there from the photon barrier of 0, giving first cap over to Emptiness. Now the sound barrier re-engaged. Sound barrier from both sides. But it looked like Santi got knocked out into the hole. This could be disastrous. NRG, Lunar, and company are going to pounce. Annihilation popped. And that boot onto Santi just completely swung the fight. Great recognition and, I mean, swift movements there from Super Scared of Women. Take advantage of that. Oh, dangerous peak there, Ilios. Dangerous peak. I think kind of fortunate Tricky didn't pull the trigger on. Tricky didn't pull the trigger on that one. Oh, see, he's gonna get 3. Nice move. Should have gotten some kill a pop. Gets enough to swing this point. Emptiness right back in this map. Good flashbang. The deflect is there. Emptiness trying to back away. Ooh! Not back away. Got aggressive. Got right in the face of Envy. Take a Super Scared's BAP off the table, but not a worthy trade with the take there. Now tankless. Emptiness are forced to make a move. Sound barrier in to try to make it happen. Kill's been outstanding today. Really could use a pick here. Disengage, successful. They're out of Super Scared of Women, and then the re-engage. They're with the Annihilation. It's a beautiful counter punch. Wrestling down both DPS, and that is just gonna be that. Super Scared of Women went back-to-back maps and now sit on match point.
This ends now.
Oh, Amy says she died a lot that time. Oh. All right. So suddenly we have a very nervous HZ in chat. Emptiness, stay in the red outlines, choose Runasapi, and ban out the bat. Let's go look at some stats. Yeah, they're not taking their time anymore, are they? They're really trying to make it work with the simcoms, initially, and just not really finding the value out of either the teleporter or the photon barrier. 0 ends up, the quietest of the DPS there. Super Scared of Women never really gave, it didn't feel like they gave the Sin a chance to really power up, to really kind of get those big rotations, close the gap. I will say the times when Emptiness succeeded, it felt like was when they were kind of able to intercept Super Scared of Women's rotations. But You need the fights to kind of draw out, to have a little bit longer fight, a little more sustain. And for the sim to get powered up, for that comp to start finding value. And I mean, it felt like Super Scared of Women just never really gave him that time. So the Sojourn banned out. Ooh, okay. Some respect from Supercell shown to Killa and their abilities there with the Soj. Which is, I mean, mostly what we've seen out of Tricky, right? We saw a little bit of cast there. Now I can see the cast on Runasapi. I hear mixed things. I hear mixed things about the cast on Runasapi. Do we probably get the Freyas, I'd imagine, here. I mean, I stand by. Like, the cast could be good in the corner fights, in the courtyard fights. But the long range is always going to favor either the Soj or the Freya, whichever comes out. Obviously, with the Soj banned, most likely to be the Freya in this matchup. It's time for Runasapi. Oh, yeah, I can get you some gambas.
3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Done. All right, sorry. Orisa matchup, and Lunar just runs in. And this is the Orisa matchup felt very much in favor of Scared of Women. It was the Ramatra where they, I don't know, they're not, it's where they struggled. They struggled in Oasis with the Ramatra versus the Orisa. But then we got a little bit more of the Orisa mirror on circuit after we saw Santi have to swap off of the Sigma on their attack. That heavily favored Lunar and Super Scared of Women, though they were defending point B in that stage, so. We do get the cast battles, no Freya here. The Lucio carry from both backlines in lieu of this Batman. NRG on the Genji. I believe for the first time today. They're not finding it here. Looks like they got a little bit too big for their britches. Variant comes up with 3 in that fight. Let's go, Variant. All 3 with the right click, by the way. All 3 final blows were with the boop. So far, 1 fight apiece. You watch Zero. Zero's kind of playing spy over here behind the Supercell ranks. Tricky moving around towards Coast Size is a good sight line. Terror Surge thrown in from Mitzi, considering a rush in response out of Super Scared of Women. This is going to prompt the sound barrier. Horrocks doesn't quite have theirs yet. Terror Surge thrown in from Lunar, and they're not able to survive. That extra sound barrier is going to be an enormous difference maker. Checkpoint picked up. Progress going to continue here from Emptiness. Go Envy Scotland forever, says Flaticue. Hey, my family name is Scottish. Oh, NRG with a nasty assassination on an Ilios. Try to duel it out against Killa. Oh, Killa wins it with how much health? 9 health for Killa after the end of that fight. But Lunar and Tricky able to clean up all the point. Supercell will get control of TS1. Energy with a very wide swing. I believe Horrocks is there with them. Trying to push in for this blade. There's the dash in. Ooh. Looking to where to use this dash. Decides to go join the front line for the tank battle. Works out. Finds not only Santi, but Killa as well. Meanwhile, Tricky keeping the hallways and the flanks clear. Beautiful shot on an Ilios to complete this team fight win here for Super Scared of Women. Zatan's apparently on vacation, Chaku. That's what Florian was saying. As is Shoal. So both teams missing their hit scans. Both are on vacation. No checkpoint picked up here. The contest was just in time. Kitsune rush the road and try to hold the corner. Lunar trying to make the dangerous cross. Gets jab spin away from the jump pad. Absolutely kidnapped by Santi. Envy is able to get a trade onto Verret. Now, does that play a part? I mean, so Luso's going to get back pretty quick. Will that have an impact on this upcoming fight? We'll see how fast the re-engage is from Super Sal. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful spear. Lunar just nail Killa with that energy javelin. Nice little corner check. Move up as the call is made on an out of position Verret. You can see Chase coming from NRG inside the room, pick up that kill. And Verret goes down for the second time here in the last 30 seconds. Not able to build up that ultimate. And it's looking like those two deaths are in fact going to play a part. That late pick we saw from Envy in the previous fight pays dividends here for Super Scared of Women with a quick re-engage, a follow-up kill on a Verret, and a checkpoint here as a reward. I didn't know skunk was a Scottish word. Ah, free dad joke. Rush, Deadeye from below. Emptiness with the sound barrier from up top. Santi runs all the way around from Ko's side, trying to throw in a Terra Surge, but that's in the middle of an opposing Kitsune rush. Just your Orisa just does not last. Tricky does get popped. Horks goes in a sound barrier, hitting the remaining 3 players, and well, I guess it is a 3v3 here on this point. Terra Surge to finish off Verret, and NRG will find Eliozu, and this is going to give Super Sal the lead. Here in map 4. Less than 4 minutes to go. Scared of Women in control of what is the final map win needed for them to make it into Master Division. Join their parent squad. Lunar finds 2 immediately. Right out of the gate. Big spear lands onto Santi. And that's going to be a 3rd. Pivotal back-to-back fight wins. Not only giving Super Sal the lead, but extending it now. 0 pulse. Now he was able to rush. So far, Super Sal have been really good with their disengages on this, but Neliozu just gets right in Lunar's face this time. Lunar did have both cooldowns, was able to back up, hits Killa with an energy jab on the disengage. We got stuck on the door frame, and Santi's able to chase them down just in that moment. That half step off on the disengage. Santi ends up with 4 in that fight. And Emptiness are far from done here in Runasapi. Zero here, ZRG trying to blink in, get access to the back line. Good mark, keep them away. Clever move there just in those few moments. Envy with a beautiful Kitsune rush, fights Verret, takes the sound barrier out of this fight. Lunar pops all the cooldowns, goes chase Santi away. Has them cornered, there's the kill coming through. We did have one trade the other direction, but that's gonna be all that Emptiness find. Zero, even losing the pulse bomb in that exchange. Emptiness feels like they're getting desperate, especially with that pulse coming in from zero. Hadn't found a chance to use it yet. Throws it in a very less than ideal situation. There's one of those disengages I was talking about there out of Supercell. They're able to back up and around the corner. Tricky trying to counterpunch with their own Deadeye, but Santi interrupts it. Sound barrier is thrown in for both teams. Terra Surge in from Lunar. Mitzi gets isolated, separated from the pack with that beautiful Terra Surge. Though all the squishies had to run away, leaving Santi just alone and easy pickings there for Scared of Women. Continuing rush for both of our squads. Emptiness trying to force this map 5. Tricky is able to find 0. So they're gonna have to do it a man down. Santi's low. Lunar's all over it. Lunar's gonna take Santi out of the fight yet again. Oh, and Lunar just looking for expert supremacy for the second season in a row. Supercell moments away from the cap, moments away from Master Division. There's the Gong of Death. Lunar's gonna get the gold star, touches the spawn door, looking to body block, less than a meter to go, and there's the cap. Lunar will qualify for a Master Division for the second season in a row. This time is actually old enough to go play. I say that Emptiness had to be the favorites coming into this just based off of match history, the 3-0 that we saw back in June from Emptiness. And they looked absolutely to repeat that performance after Oasis. But it was all Super Scared of Women from there on in. A smart map pick, going back to Circuit Royale, the goal. The goal to go back to Circuit where you just got stopped on point B previously. I mean, it was a 2-1. No, excuse me. No, I'm thinking of Kings. Circuit did go into extras, but you did lose Circuit Royale previously to Emptiness. Supercell go back there again for map 2. This time they're able to buck history, not let it repeat itself. Dominant performance on Circuit, and they carry that dominance all the way through to a 3-1 dub. Huge congrats. Super Scared of Women have now qualified for Master Division. Look at some stats there for map 4. Lunar, most elims, fewest deaths, most damage. I think Lunar's got to be your player of the match here. You know, in the interview, kind of talked about how, in the previous interview, talked about how they had, didn't feel like they were playing up to par. Really stepped it up here. You know, felt like it had gotten a little, that the tempo had been set by Buffy and Fog Esports before. Lunar 100% did it today, particularly from map 2 on. Lunar, what's up? Thank you for joining for yet another interview.
Always fun. Gotta do this.
Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. It's always a joy. Here, let me get my screen set up. I'll get your name plugged in. Okay, so you've qualified for Master Division for the second season in a row.
Yeah.
I think this is a first. I think this
Job's
maybe
not finished. Job's not finished.
Of course. No. Job's not done. Job's not done. But how does that feel? I mean, you still got to give yourself a little bit of room to celebrate that one thing at least, right?
I definitely felt like this season was a lot more deserved. A lot more work was put in like behind the scenes because we weren't like one of the top teams in the beginning. We had a lot of like roster stuff going on in behind the scenes. So I definitely felt like we had to work a lot more for this master qualification than last one. So I gotta say this one feels better.
Well, right on. Kind of feeling the fruits of your labor kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
And like, I know like yesterday we've done so much prep for this game because like, of course they beat us 2 times in a row. We couldn't let that happen a third time.
Right.
So I think me, Fudgy, and G were in voice chat 6 hours yesterday just looking at codes and just prepping for this. It's like every map we went to, we had an idea what we wanted to do, we had an idea what they wanted to do, except Oasis. But Oasis is just warm-up map. That does not count.
That one doesn't count. Well, let's talk about Circuit, because that was one that I found was very curious. Just because it hadn't gone your way previously, y'all had picked it previously, and it had gone in Emptiness's favor. What gave you the confidence to go back to that map knowing that you could take it this time?
Honestly, we're just shit at dive, so we didn't want to go dive map, and we're confident on circuit, even though we lost. So, but mostly we wanted to avoid the dive maps.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
it's that simple. It's that simple.
It's that simple.
Fair enough. I mean, job's not done, as you have said. Job's not done. Yeah. You will have F Word coming up on Friday for, I mean, personally, your second grand finals appearance in a row, which congrats, by the way. That's amazing just in of itself. Great. But what are your thoughts? I mean, are you anticipating the same amount of prep here for F Word? I feel like that squad's going to need it.
We're definitely going to do a bit of prep. Like, they're undefeated. I can't let them steal my legacy as being the only undefeated player in a season. And so I gotta defend that title. But of course they're going to be a hard team. Like, they've dominated the season. I feel like if we play like we did today, maybe a bit worse, we can also get away with winning. Like, don't want to jinx anything, but just the vibes.
I mean, y'all looked outstanding today. So, and you knew. I mean, when I was talking to y'all on Saturday, you knew that this was going to be a tough match, and kind of heard it in your voice, like, "Oh, we got to play a lot better than we did today. Otherwise, we're just done." And you're able to do that, and you can tell the respect. And obviously, you're talking about the amount of time and prep put into it. So, that's awesome to see. Like, it's. Does it feel like a step up? Like, did it feel? Because it looks like, holy cow, y'all found another gear here in just 2 days. Did it feel that much of a difference?
Honestly, this is like how we've been playing it, like every scrim.
Yeah, okay.
Normally. This is like our default. We've just like been taking a step down during officials, so I think it's just like us getting the nerves under control, like knowing that the pressure is on them to win, and like we just have to play our game, and when we do that, like we just win. As simple as that.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's got to be a bit of an unusual position. You're not used to being the underdog, yeah?
yeah, it's got to, but this is actually fun. Like, you have to work for it.
It shows.
So I have enjoyed the season.
I'm glad to hear it, my friend. I'm very glad to hear it. It's been a lot of fun to watch. You. Huge congrats. You are officially in Master Division now. No more restrictions. You'll get to do that.
No more back to expert.
No more back to expert. You are there. No relegation matches needed. So massive congrats there. I can't wait to see you play Saturday and see if you can get back-to-back championships to boot, my friend.
That's the goal.
All right. Yeah. I mean, do you want to give any shout outs or anything? Floor is yours. Otherwise, I really appreciate you coming and taking the time to talk with us.
I want to shout out Fudgy for like helping us do the prep and getting us ready. But also Crocs, the tank player.
Yeah.
Teacher showing me that some smack talk can be good. Actually, really fun to talk a little bit of shit. Like, I don't want to talk too much because I still respect the players, but like a little bit goes a long way.
Right. No, it's just the psychic warfare. It's not disrespect. It's just psychic warfare.
You gotta do what you gotta do to win.
Amazing. Hey, good luck Saturday. I can't wait to see you.
Thanks, Jesse.
Cheers. All right, there you go. Always a joy to talk to Lunar.